My name is Carl. What would it look like on a wall with a prestigious degree from one of the universities that dust the earth like fall snow in the White Mountains of New Hampshire? Not sure. I chose a different trail through the double diamond of my life. I'm just a man who has lived for 52 years and has loved and learned like you through experience. My credentials, like most around me today, come from life, come from the truly mundane to the wonderfully magnificent. I sometimes feel like an exuberant 12-year-old boy with dirt behind my ears, a runny nose, and a blank open space before me, as big as a galaxy, my future. But my friend, at other times I feel like I'm 90 years old, looking back with that same exuberance, but without the dirt behind my ears, without the snot, but with a little fog that rolls onto the beach of my memories. I am Trash Can Carl. I'm the memory of a little boy growing up in suburban America, just up the street, around the corner, and on the next block from you. I'm in my 50s now, and over the years, I have not wanted to open the lid of my trash can. I have sat on the lid of my memories for half a century because they might have an odor that twitches the nostrils or causes retches in my psyche. But you know, my friend, I think I can open the lid now. I think I can open the lid and peer inside. Yes, there will be memories that cause a retch, that are unsightly and smelly, ones that wrinkle the nose. There will be memories that aren't good, ones that will try to make me look away in disgust and guilt. But I'm not distracted by those memories, my friend. You see, after 50 years, I know there are treasures inside this can. Those are what I long for, what I yearn for, the treasures that may be easy to find or may be buried at the bottom of Trash Can Carl. I hope you can connect with the sounds and the sights and the things that I pull from my trash can. May Trash Can Carl help you, my friend, find the treasures in your can. I woke up the other day with my lid ajar. You see, I awoke with a memory of Big Carl. He was piloting his prized possession, his boat. 20 plus feet of pure 70s hot rod day cruiser. Two-tone metallic brown bow steps shine to the brilliance of the glorious afternoon sun. I was in the water just floating, hot anger bubbling inside my scrawny little bones. Here comes Big Carl, piloting his prized possession with the same expertise as some fighter pilot from some far-off, forgotten war. There he is, passing a skier with his arm held high, like a statue of an ancient warrior in some prized battle. I don't think his arm can go up now. Matter of fact, I know it can't. But I can see his arm in Trash Can Carl. He comes around my shoulder with perfect precision, feeding the tow rope right to me just like I knew he would. With the biggest smile on his face. A smile that I would put at the bottom of Trash Can Carl for some strange adolescent reason not to be found until now. Why was I angry? I was always angry when I wasn't perfect. You see, I had probably been water skiing for an hour straight and I bit it. I was mad at myself. But see, that anger and that madness that I had within me blinded me from really seeing the smile on Big Carl's face. The smile of Big Carl as he piloted his prized possession, pulling me and my sister for hours and hours with that smile that I just now remembered. You see, my friend, my dad's prized possession was a man's boat, pure, unadulterated 1970s man's boat. As I reach down some 45 years later into Trash Can Carl, I can see it's a man's boat. My dad's prized possession, 455 cubic inch Oldsmobile big block gas guzzling monster of a boat. I can see it plain as day. It has a Berkeley jet that could push its glistening hull through a teaspoon of water at speeds that would make your cheeks wiggle, your eyes stream, and your hair stick up on end, both figuratively and literally. I can still hear John Denver playing through the hi-fi 8-track stereo system. You see, my friend, I can see it and feel it as if I were sitting next to it today. It was truly a man's boat. Big Carl's boat. I see more than a boat. I see the gel coat paint that my dad could shine up like a mirror, and there I see my dad's smile in the reflection. If I asked you what a banana seat and a basket with daisies reminded you of, what would you say? A boy's bike? No. I think you would agree that it lights a memory of a 1970s girl's bike. Big Carl tried to take off the banana seat and the basket, put on a big leather spring seat. He tried to make it a boy's bike. He tried, but that fixer-upper, hand-me-down from my sister, just wasn't going to do it. I needed my prized possession. As I reached down in the bottom of Trash Can Carl, I recall that trip to the bike shop that day long ago. Big Carl understood my need. He understood a prized possession. We walked out of that bike shop that day with a blue-on-blue Diamondback Chrome Molly stunner of a BMX bike. No basket, no banana seat, no daisies on this serious 1970s boy's bike. This, my friend, was now the center of my life. It was the reason I ate, slept, and moved. This was now my prized possession. As I look back from my perch, my collective experience of some 45 years, neither of these things should have been a prized possession. That beautiful two-step day cruiser with a shine that lit the night, and that blue-on-blue Diamondback BMX that made other little boys drool, they're long gone. That boat has long ago been torn apart and abandoned alone in a field somewhere. That bike has long ago been left to rot in a lonely place far away from the face of a young boy and his dad. I didn't realize this until now, until I am past the middle and Big Carl's eyes have dimmed and his body is giving out. I'm not little Carl anymore. He's not Big Carl. It is only now that I have realized what was my prized possession. You see, my friend, as I look back, my prized possession wasn't my bike, and his prized possession wasn't his boat. It was each other. These memories of my dad are not lying abandoned in a field somewhere. They are here with me. And although they may be at the bottom of Trash Can Carl, they are there and ready to be brought to the light. Cleaned and shined up like that two-step day cruiser and that blue-on-blue BMX. They are ready to be released from Trash Can Carl just as bright and shiny as the day they were made. My dad was my prized possession, and I was his. If you reach down into your can, who will you find? Who was your prized possession?